There we go. Hi everyone, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. I'm really excited to share this. This is this is this is quite special. It really is. So several years ago, I was teaching across the country. I drove out to Washington State, even, and as I was traveling around, I stopped and saw a family in Idaho. And while I was there, I was contacted by the Civil Air Patrol unit there in Boise and was able to stop and say hello and work with everybody for a little while. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, since then, I've been in contact with the leader, a couple of adult leaders actually, and then also cadets. And I'm just thrilled that they know standards matter, and I really like that. I really do. All right, so this is the colors presentation there. Yeah, you can see it. Colors presentation at the All Academy Ball in Boise for 2022. I'm very impressed. I watched the color guard come in with with the colors, and then I rewound to the very beginning because I want to save everything. I want you to see natural reactions from me. I'm like I said, I'm very excited to share this. All right, so colors. The pacing is a little small, or a little slow. So let's tap that out. Actually, let's tap that out. So I've got my phone. I'm going to go to my Loud Metronome app, and on my Loud Metronome app, it has a tap tempo option down here. So tap, tap, tap. Yeah, you're pretty slow. You're about 75. So I suggest 90. 85 even is not too bad, but this is very slow. And so one of the things you want to do when you're presenting the colors is you want to have a ceremonial aspect to your performance, but you don't, which is a nice slower step, a little more methodical in the entrance and even exit. But what you don't want to do is have people go, come on, present the colors already. There's a fine balance in there. I know people most likely don't do that, but like I said, there's a fine balance, a fine line in between going too slow and even going too fast. You don't want to just zip in and zip out. Then it leaves people wanting. So you have good intentions here. I just suggest a little bit faster tempo there. Step height is great. Right rifle guard, or I'm sorry, trail. So left rifle guard, a little bit too high. Everybody else, that is quite impressive. Quite impressive. And you notice that as the team comes in, yes, I'm going to click back here. As the team comes in, it's just a rounding of the corners. There. Nicely done. Colors, and then there, colors turn on. So there's an extra step there for the colors turn. It should be colors, 1, 2, 3, halt, step, close. Your step over, it looks to be about 8 inches or so, maybe even a little farther. Let me see if I can get that. There. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay. So we can see a little bit of variation here in the step size for the side step. Really wish that center table wasn't there, so I could see, but that's okay, not a problem. We can see now that the step size varies greatly in length. So if we go back here, so we can see with the color in the background, it's a little bit difficult to assess the spacing in between individuals. So what I do is I look between legs. So we have space here, space here. So trail guard, you are a little wide. Everybody else seems to be very consistent. Might be a little bit. No, I don't think so. No, I think everybody else is really good on spacing. Trail guard, you're just I like maybe, I don't know, 4 inches. So it matters. Obviously, we can see it. It's detectable, but then we can look here. Now look. Now we have, you're closer. Here's a bigger gap. Here's a smaller gap, and an even smaller over here. So you have that varying step size, which only should be about 6 inches, if that, 4 to 6 inches. Not 46, 4 to 6 inches. I'll say that. But very impressive. And you can see, sorry, I keep stopping here. I'll let it play. So you can see that the sockets, nobody is above the national, which is awesome. So hard to that's kind of strange. So at that announcement, I don't know what the announcement was. The announcement before the colors entered was probably something to the effect of, "Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem." But it could have been that, or it could have even included the "Please rise for the entrance of the official party, the presentation of the colors, and the singing of the national anthem." So probably all three. I don't know if there was necessarily an official party at the ball. I would assume so, since it's an all academy ball. So not sure, but anyway. Oh, so with that announcement, then it should have flowed, and singing of the national anthem by Miss So-and-so, whatever her name is. And so then there was no announcement necessary after the color guard got in place. So you give the color guard is you enter, you start marking time, give the colors turn on. As soon as you halt, then you give present arms, and then you're clear. So if you then, as on the first note, then the it looks like CAP flag here, along with the state. Thank you so much for having all three. They're in the proper order. That's awesome. Just love it. So never should have. I'm just looking at technique here. Okay, not bad timing there. So we want to skip the. There we go. That's better. So why go back to right shoulder? If you're leaving, you should. All right, so forward march means the whole team steps off. The command here is either step or ready step. A lot of people find using two commands is more conducive for everybody else to understand what's going on. Saying step is not really that big of a deal. So the command is step. You're performing every left off here. Fine, and you're coming right back out the way you came in. It looks like that's where the guard is headed, and that's good. However, the guard didn't step over enough. But you should be leaving at port, because your colors are excuse me, your colors are no longer the focus. And I remember, Ryan, you sent me photos of the setup, and I forget where the flags are, or at least I know you sent that there were all the service flags. It's I don't know. Maybe it's off to the side, one way or the other. I'd have to go back and look at the at the photos to try and orient myself, but that's not a problem, not a problem at all. So if you see now, this is not what is supposed to happen. You're not supposed to march forward. You're supposed to march over, as that. And see, now we've got a huge gap. So that's the whole. Let me see if I can go back just a little bit here. There. All right. So this is called every left off. You can also have every other left off if necessary. But with every left off, what you do, I really wish I had more people, and so I might. I'll try and make a video with this with some other people. I've got a couple of training sessions coming up soon. So here's right rifle guard. Here's national color bearer. Okay. So what the right rifle guard here did was step off here, and let me see if I can do this. Stepped off. No, it doesn't work. So stepped off going forward and just a little bit over to his left. What he should have done was stepped across and in front of. Anyway, turned and gone in front of the national color bearer. You practically take off the individual's nose with your shoulder. That's, my saying with that. But you step directly across, directly over, and you keep going over to the center of the team so that you can make your way out. But as you do that, you reduce the number or the spacing required to step off for the next individuals, because with every single individual the spacing increases, and you want to make that space tight at first, because by the time it gets to the trail guard, then the spacing has increased. It's just a natural happening there. I don't know what kind of physics are involved with that at all. However, but what we see here is a big problem with the CAP bearer now is going on every other left, because everybody is now marching forward to get into line, and that's not what we're supposed to do. And so the last two then did every other left off, which was not the thing to do. So you notice that everybody to the right of center then is stepping over this way, and then to the left of center then steps over this way, which is what's supposed to happen. You step towards the center, making that line, that single file line out. But you really should have left it port. And then most likely there's a doorway somewhere. So you went to, oh boy, I really wish I could have seen more. So guard, you went to port, and I'm guessing, well, I don't know. Hopefully you didn't ripple down. You can't ripple down, because that means the American flag then would be out and down before the other flags even they're still at right shoulder. So you just want to come back to right shoulder, or not right shoulder, but port. Bring the flags up, arms out, down, and then you give. Once you're there at the color or the carry position for port arms for the staffs, which for the Air Force flared hand, then you give step, and everybody then steps off. Your flags are no longer the focus. The focus is back on the pre-posted flags. This was called a show and go. Excellent job. I've got another video to share with you of the POW MIA 6 service hat table ceremony, which I'm really eager to see. But well done, team. I'm very impressed with what you've done. Very impressed. I noticed that you've got that yeah, and they're not moving too. So the hands, I noticed your hands, you've got the marching with suspended arm swing down, and that's good. You're not pushing the hand into the thigh so that it moves back and forth just a tiny bit with the thigh. You're letting that arm hang, and not just kind of hang like a dead fish. That's really good. Techniques really worked well. Good timing. Nice job. Really nice job. And I love being able to say that. I really do. That's just fantastic. All right. So I hope that the comments that I made were helpful. And thanks. I appreciate it.